Hello, my name is Wayne Devenish, and I'm the chairman of the board of directors of Magnolia Tree Earth Center of Bedford-Stuyvesant, Inc., an organization that has been around for 49 years that is dedicated to the environment and to the promotion of green space. And it all started by this amazing lady here named Hattie Carthan, who as a senior citizen in the 60s and 70s dedicated herself to planting trees, saving the environment, and talking about the earth. She was way ahead of her time. And in that energy she had, she was able to save a tree from being knocked down and save 3 buildings from being knocked down, which is the center that we're in right now.
The tree grows in Brooklyn's Bed-Stuy neighborhood. It became the center of a celebrated cause, and something else grew out of it too. The community leadership of a remarkable woman named Hattie Carthan.
I found out that my tree was threatened because of a housing development, and they were going to take down the buildings that had protected the one known tree of its kind this side of Philadelphia. So I contacted some responsible members of the community, and we wanted to see what we could do to preserve our tree.
Get yourself each 2 pairs of gloves, and I'll get you some plastic bags and bring them up front for your garbage, okay?
Now you take this branch down, see?
I'm standing right beside the actual Magnolia grandiflora that Hattie Carthan saved way back in 1970 from being cut down. She had this tree landmarked, and she also had the buildings that she saved landmarked as well. And it's been the Magnolia Tree Earth Center ever since. It's been providing cultural education, environmental education, and a place where the community can meet and gather and do all sorts of activities. And it needs to remain that way. It doesn't need to be removed, become luxury housing, become condos that are overlooking the park. It needs to be the cultural institution that Hattie Carthan meant it to be. She was an amazing Black woman, and it's still in Black hands, and we want it to remain that way. We don't want gentrification to take away yet another institution.
That's right.
Her helpers have grown from 3 kids to 30, now fanning out into Bed-Stuy to help to bring living, growing things back to their streets.
Using our tree as a symbol, we're struggling and intend to establish an Earth Center for nature study.
The key words are pride and participation. Hundreds of Bed-Stuy men, women, and youngsters working through their block associations are proving that this can be made to look like this. Hope can be a very powerful building material.
I'm in front of 677 Lafayette Avenue, which is one of the 3 buildings of Magnolia Tree Earth Center of Bedford-Stuyvesant. This particular building is one of the ones that, fortunately, we were able to do some repairs on and have an exceptional door put in. But we started construction on the other 2 buildings right at the height of the pandemic. And as you can see, the construction is halted. What needs to happen to this center is a total renovation of both the outside and the inside. The center represents what is the center of the green belt of Bedford-Stuyvesant and also the green belt of central Brooklyn. It's right across the street from Herbert Von King Park, and it's also flanked by the Hattie Carthan Garden as well as the Hattie Carthan Farm. This center really represents all that is good and green in Bedford-Stuyvesant, and it needs to be embraced by not only the environmental community, but the whole Brooklyn and New York community itself. This particular center now is in a heap load of trouble, and we really need the community, the environmental people that are around to really embrace it and help us uplift this institution to where it needs to be. So we're asking folks to really look hard and deep at what they can bring to the table and help revitalize this institution as it turns 50 next year. We've been here for the past 49 years and we want to be here for another 49 years. We're going to be celebrating the 50th anniversary of Magnolia Tree Earth Center next year, and we want to raise a significant amount of funds so that we can repair the building, we can take care of all of the issues that are around, and so that this institution doesn't fall to the wayside like so many others that have been taken away due to the pandemic, due to a lack of resources, due to the folks just not caring about it. So please, I'm asking you to please consider all of the things that Magnolia Tree Earth Center brings to the table in terms of green space, in terms of working with the environment, in terms of providing cultural education, in terms of providing workforce development. All of these things have been going on for the past 49 years. And in its 50th birthday, which will be happening in November next year, we want to see this institution be the robust thing that it needs to be. So please join me in supporting Magnolia Tree Earth Center and make it all it could be.